Hi, I'm just going to do a video on my pocket fishing kit that I've made. I've got quite a lot of lines, took me a long time to wrap round. It's quite a small tube. And to hold it on, I've just got some electrical tape and wrapped it round so I don't waste any of my line undoing it and having to cut it off because it's curled up. Inside I've got a little waterproof packet, and in here I've got the end off of a float, because obviously you can fit a whole float in that, and I've got two small rubbers here, and I've just put them on my float, little black ones. Got lead shot, 3 lead shot for my float, and obviously I can pick up a twig and then just put that on the end of it. I've got a larger hook, I think this is about size 8, and I have a size 10 or 12, I think this is. And last, this is more for sea fishing rather than river, and it seems to be stuck. I've got a little silvery blue kind of sand eel with a hook already in it. But I'm going to set up my rig now, and I've just kind of got a small kind of twig off a plant. I'm just going to break the thinner bit off this so I can use this as a float. Yeah, I might use them later. And right, first thing to do, take the tape off here so we can get to our line. And before we go any further, I'm just going to take a bit of tape off here and then roll this first bit up, ready to use later. Put that down there for a second. Alright, I've got a bit of tape here now, and what I'm going to do is, if I take my rubbers off the float, I get the end of the float, and I might be able to insert it actually. No, a bit big. I'll tape it onto there. Now, it's not going to look perfect, but when you're in a survival situation, nothing's perfect really, so. And it'll work, hopefully. There we go, that's our improvised float. Next thing to do is, if I pull off a bit of line, is I can get my rubber, thread it through, put it down the line a bit, my bag's gone, and then I can put the end of my float on the rubber. And then this rubber is a bit small for this end, I think, so we're going to have to use another bit of this tape just to put that on the end. I'll curl the rest up later. So, pull the line onto the end, give it tape, and curl it round. And then you want to pull that taut. So I've got a bit of line under the bottom there, so I just want a bit more, put it through. So I've got about a half foot of line. Now, put these bits all together. You don't want to lose anything when you're in a survival situation. And then I'll take my smaller hook. What I'm going to use for this is a fisherman's knot. So what you're going to do, you get your line, thread it through the eye. Be careful not to get it in your finger. And then you use your finger to support the line. Twist the line around 4 or 5 times. Go through the loop you've made. Push it through. And back through the second loop. Like that. And then pull it tight. And you want to waste as little line as possible. Just use your teeth. Like that. And then, if you haven't got a knife, you just use your teeth. cut off the excess line. Waste as little as possible. There we go. Alright, so I'm just going to pull this line out and see if it floats. Yep, that's fine. So, hopefully these lead shot are small enough not to sink or float. If they do, we'll just have to take it off and use it as it floats horizontally. Might have to open it a bit more maybe. And then I'm going to put it on about 3/4 of the way down the line towards the hook. And bite it on. The great thing with lead floats is you can just use your teeth instead of pliers. And then you've got a perfect float. Alright, I've got a little maggot here, chosen the extra wriggly one. We've got more chance of catching a fish. Sorry about the filming there. And I'm going to put my hook, there's 2 dots on the maggot, I think it's his mouth, and you just put the hook behind the mouth and it will kind of go into itself, and then you will get blood come out the middle, and you just want to thread the hook through the middle and then push on the bit that's come out. Like that. Put it quite close to the barb, so that when the fish eat it, they're going to be closer to the edge of the hook. Alright, let's go fishing. I've just seen some little fish down there, so hopefully we can get Only thing is, we've only got little minnows at the moment. Hopefully some big ones will come along later. But the minnows, they pull your float under, but because their mouths are so small, they don't catch onto the hook. There's a larger fish there, which is striking. I'm going to pull it out and cast it out of the float. Yep. There we go. I've got a little minnow. And I mean, obviously that's not your entire dinner, but you can either use that as bait for bigger fish, pike, perch, or I suppose you could make a kind of, you could fry these up whole, you wouldn't need to gut these in too small, and you could just eat lots of them. Might be here for a while catching them, but yep. So that's fishing with my little hand line.